Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Steve, Frank, Mark, Eric, David, Kirk. Eric. Yeah, hopefully, it's, yeah, I mean, it's starting to do better now, which is good. JC. Morning, guys. Special. Good morning, everyone. Okay. Chips bounced. Amazon bounced pretty heavily as well. Interestingly enough. Yeah, Amazon, the chips, and Facebook. But basically, my point is that they are showing the large tech stocks are showing some strength. And the 10-year and the VIX are both outside of the upper B bands. Let's see. Definitely looks bullish as we're holding above 432.35. It becomes kind of risky to go short. It's more of like a maybe it would be a better buy the dip opportunity instead of trying to short here. The NASDAQ is actually trading below 359.50. And the SPY is just being lifted off of this, based off of the IWM at the moment. So the IWM is doing the best, but specifically the chips, Amazon and Facebook are doing really, really well in terms of tech. So maybe if Google, Apple, Microsoft, and Tesla get their act together, that would help. So now we got to see if this is actually a good buy the dip opportunity or if that was just a good short. So let's see. So yeah, basically I wanted to go short, but my thought process right now, the contracts lost a lot of value on this red candle, which is good for us. Okay, this is starting to get a little can't really go long on this candle. Contracts are losing value very quickly. Call side. I'm just, you know what? Buy some. I'm in 433 September 27th calls. Nice and simple, nice and easy. Further dated calls. Nothing crazy. I don't want to get chopped out trying to get too aggressive here. Trying to go long, trying to go short. We're gonna put some time on these. Have like a nice, comfortable trade. Because momentum is still clearly bearish, but shorting here would just be kind of too aggressive. The reason why it would be a good short is because we're trading below resistance levels on the SPY, the IWM, and the NASDAQ. So things are not showing strength above. So the SPY has resistance at 432.35. The NASDAQ had resistance at 359.50 and it failed. The IWM has resistance at 178.26. So now instead of going short here, especially when the market made a big move to the downside on larger time frames, I would rather just get some longer dated calls, nice and safe. And if we make another leg down, then we can start going long with zero DTEs, etc. But yeah, this is just to get our feet wet with what's going on in price action, etc. Oh. Good morning to Tier, McLeod, Frank. That's yet to be seen. They were bullish or bearish, yet to be seen. Positive. Good morning, Juan. Good morning. Good morning. It's going to be a good day, guys. Yep. There's a meteor shower tonight too. Damn. Daryl. Good morning. Just bearish. Nice, nice, nice. I've been holding puts. What you think if I was holding already on SPY? Short term, we could, like today, for example, we could end up bouncing to 434 or 435. So you got to make sure that you've like solidified some sort of profits if you're in profit. If not, it depends on when you entered and what expiration date you have the puts for. Steve. Good time to invest once it hits the bottom. The best, probably the best time, maybe in the next few weeks that we'll get would be when the SPY hits 420. If the SPY hits 420, that would be a much better, safer. Like that's when you have to start looking at like leaps or like longer term calls. That's when I think there could be a good bottoming. We might even overshoot below 420, but into the end of the year, October, November, December, usually the market does well. So if in the next few weeks we continue falling lower, then yeah, those would be good opportunities. So right now, these are clear bearish setups, right? In terms of day trading, any other time, we would have to be short, right? After this big red candle, we'd have to be short here, right? Everything like is pointing towards like bearishness, bearish momentum today so far, right? The issue that I am having is I would rather not like short with 0 DTEs as these moves are happening. I would rather slowly scale into like comfortable longs. So that's why we got the calls for a week out. And let's see if this gives us a better opportunity to go long as well. But overall, definitely today's not a day where you want to be too aggressive to trying to catch bottoms either. Because the momentum is still clearly bearish. So let's see. Nitro. Nice. Nice. The moose. Good morning. $420 puts over 50 days out. We might get a break below 430. So depending on how profitable and everything you are, as we break below 430, maybe that would be a better opportunity to start taking profit. McLeod, get ready. It would be much better if we get another leg down before we go long. This is too early, in my opinion, to try to long. I would rather get closer to 430, 80, 431 area before we go long on 0 DTEs. That actually might not happen, but yeah, PMI in 1 minute. Yep. PMI in 1 minute. Oh, Randy waiting so long for trade. Got that gap up that you didn't want. Yeah. When we gapped up, this basically gave them another opportunity to go short. And it just prolongs a potential bounce. Is Apple a good swing? Maybe not just yet. Let's see how the rest of the market levels out. Are you in anything? Yeah, we're holding on to SPY calls for 5 days out. Like a comfortable, nothing like too aggressive position. Stay tuned. News and tune. Yep. Yep. So we have the chips being the leaders of this bounce. The chips, Amazon and Facebook, the leaders for the NASDAQ here. The SPY bounced straight back to 432.35 resistance. Coincides perfectly with the VWAP and the 10 moving average. The NASDAQ is bouncing right back to 359.47, right at VWAP as well. Let's see how it does. Let's see how the market does here at resistance. See if it could hold prior support and continue up. You know, all that good stuff. Let's see if there's bullish momentum here. I still don't think that it fell enough for it to be a good buy. I would have rathered it just continue to sell off. But, you know, you don't get everything perfectly. Because had it sold off, had it gotten more people to be bearish, more stop losses, etc., this would have been a much more aggressive bounce. NASDAQ is showing some strength. But yeah, we're at a level of resistance, and let's see. NASDAQ comfortably looks like it closed and broke above the 50, the 200 SMAs, and above that 359.47 level. IWM is showing weakness. So if the IWM gets its act together, that might help the SPY. IWM 177.55, major support. The SPY is holding on to this 10 SMA as support as well. Let's see if it can use it as a launch pad here. But this is, you know, let's see. Really, really risky time to go long. That's the issue. Once we get closer to 434, 435 area, that's when it would be better to. That's when I think if we get there, right, and we don't have any huge move to the downside, and for example, if this is like the bottom, right, and we just continue rising and rising and rising, we're at 434, 435. That's when things are definitely a good opportunity to short for a day trade. If we get there, that's the big if. Yeah, this is not price action to be aggressive with any trades right now because we're at, so a lot has happened. Okay, so when a lot has happened in the market, especially when there's no clear defined like there's no like news catalyst that is also causing this market downturn to occur, we can easily just get a bounce based off of just purely price action or short covering, etc. So when we have a big move to the downside on the daily chart, right, larger time frames are falling, but then we fall into a level of support, it becomes difficult to start shorting here. It makes more sense for the market to bounce a bit and then short. So right now we are in this phase down here currently. It's tough to go short because we're at levels of support. So it makes more sense for a little bit of a bounce before it drops lower. But you know, the momentum is clearly bearish. So anything that you're taking to the long side has to be very careful or not aggressive. Yeah, this broke. So it could not hold. If I get a 434 retest, maybe. Isn't that the time when you're supposed to go long? Greedy is when everyone is fearful. Yep. But yeah, as long as we don't lose like a bunch of money trying to be speculative in the process. But absolutely. Oh. The target price for the SPY calls would be around 434. Hopefully, if we get there. Good morning, Michael. Hmm. So far, both bearish setups that were supposed to basically happened after this big red candle, shorting here on a pop that ended up having follow through, and then this going long here was very risky, so they rewarded the bears. This is still should be falling lower. This is fake. It should not bounce off this. There's not enough buyers for this to bounce right now. It should continue falling. NASDAQ's right below 359.50. Resistance. This is a very, very bad setup. This is a very bearish setup on the NASDAQ on the 1 minute. Very bearish setup. So this is the exact same setup on the NASDAQ, on the QQQ, as basically one of the reasons why I was bearish on the daily, on the SPY, is because of this setup. So if you guys are looking at the NASDAQ on a 1 minute time frame right now, it looks very similar to the daily chart of the SPY when we came to 453, when we bounced down to 443, right, etc. So this is a bearish setup. We should not be. The NASDAQ very, very rarely breaks above. Well, it broke lower already. So from 9:53. So if you're looking at the NASDAQ from before 9:53 a.m., that entire show it. Okay. So okay, so look, this exclude these candles. Sorry, exclude this, exclude these 3 candles. This setup on the NASDAQ, ridiculously bearish. Rarely do we ever get a rip back up. But the only thing that allows us to be bullish again is if we get a break of the lows. And we ended up getting a break of the lows the next minute. So that is the one instance where we do end up breaking above this high. Otherwise, if we never made a new low, then we would very, very, very rarely ever break above this. But the fact that we made a new low seems to have made this a bit more bullish than it should have been. But yeah, because generally this would never happen. We would never bounce this high unless we swept the lows. And meaning when you sweep the lows, like, so look, if we never made new lows and we bounce like this, 100% you should be going short. But sweeping the lows just causes an extra amount of a bit of like indecision. The only thing that could save this is if like just buyers just bid this up. Otherwise, this is still not really a good bullish setup when you're looking at it on the So the NASDAQ, like, this just looks ugly, right? This is not a bullish setup. On the SPY, especially, the only thing that's going to save us from being in this bear flag is a lot of buying pressure. Like an exuberant amount of buying pressure. And you can't really anticipate something like that to happen. But so far, it's looking like they're trying to give some buying pressure here. Interesting day so far. So looks like that strength in the NASDAQ started to permeate into the SPY, and buyers started to bid up the SPY. And yeah, for learning purposes, we're gonna see if the NASDAQ can break above that level, and if it can hold. So 359.92. If the NASDAQ can hold and break above 359.92. So far, it's broken above because it's swept. So let's see if it can hold, though. Is the question. So the SPY has support now, basically at 432.30. It's above VWAP. It needs to hold above VWAP and the 10 SMA. Yeah. You can't expect aggressive buying to continue. You can't trade based off of it. But yeah, I hope I hope everyone's having a great day so far. Happy Friday. Okay. Yeah. Not really much to do at the moment. This is still a disgusting, really disgusting bearish setup. This is ugly. This is a really ugly, disgusting setup as well. This is on the NASDAQ is also really just disgusting. The only thing that's going to save this is bullishness. But generally, if we weren't this close to levels of support, these would be phenomenal shorting opportunities. I mean, we could take them. They still are, but we're seeing like abnormal buying pressure, which is the only remedy. Abnormal buying pressure would be the only remedy for these very bearish setups. So that's what we're starting to see. And when the buying pressure doesn't really make sense, that means that people are comfortable buying heavier at these prices down here. But you can't day trade based off of that. Always. Okay. Let's see if this continues, because it's getting really overextended to the upside, to be honest now. Like, the NASDAQ is also trading below 360.10. Alright, I'm gonna stop. Let's look at the chat. Excalibur, Long Islam. You don't know, now you know. So, oh, Simon, I blew up 3 accounts, 20k. Simon, 3 accounts at 20k. So 3 20k accounts took a huge toll on mental health. We recommend to do it. So you have to so one of the things that'll so 2 things that'll definitely help. Actually, just in general, you need to exercise, you need to fix and clean up your diet, you need to sleep well, and you need to take care of the physical aspects of your body. You also need to take care of the spiritual aspects of your body. So you need to pray, you need to meditate, you need to take some time to quiet everything, right? Because right now you have a lot of negative thoughts, and every leader in history has basically agreed that your thoughts really determine how you feel about yourself and how everything works out as a whole. So you need to uplift yourself. At the end of the day, like, we have to be our own best friends. Like, we live alone, we die alone. You spend the most time with yourself than you do anyone else. So you need to be good to yourself. The things that you say to yourself, we are very, very critical and destructive to ourselves. We would never say the things that we say to ourselves to other people. So we should have that same level of respect for ourselves, especially in hard times. Especially in hard times when things are going really, 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 like, difficult for you. You don't need to start beating yourself down even more. So yeah, man. Just really, really just, also just surround yourself with good, positive people. Don't surround, like, if, like, there's people in your life that are, like, very prone to always being stressed out with things, etc., etc., it's okay to take some time away from those people, because you need to do this for yourself. You need to better yourself, and if you don't better yourself, you're not good for anyone around you. So just focus on yourself. Like, just try to fix and do all of the things that you can necessary for, just put in as much effort as you can in developing and bettering your physical body, your spiritual aspect, and that will in turn help everything. I think that's always been my also, you need to have a trading journal. So if you have a trading journal, that'll help as well. That'll really, really help. Okay, so our calls are in the money. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, I'm gonna start taking some profit here. And nice little comfortable trade. Not bad. Not bad. Nice and simple. No real technical analysis needed. And yeah. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. Okay. I hope that helps, Simon. I'm holding on to runners. If you guys want, you don't have to, but this can still give us a bounce to at least 434, 435. And yeah. I want to see this be a bear trap. I want to see this right here be a bear trap. Miguel, what time frame is that? This is the 1 minute time frame. Lou, you don't stream Twitch anymore? No, so I try to stream Twitch and YouTube at the same time, but one of them ends up lagging. So I need to try to figure out how to make Twitch not lag, or YouTube not lag. But yeah. That's why I just stream on YouTube and TikTok. David, yes, I do. Yes, I do, David. Yep. Buyers, selling calls here. Joel, no, there's nothing that I could really recommend. Jay Sharps, good morning, good morning. Buy house, same. Yeah, this is this bearish setup. This is a bearish setup on the SPY here. We need to see it break a little lower, and then it needs to. We need to see if it can like bottom out. But this is a really ugly setup on the SPY here. Also, an ugly setup on the NASDAQ. So yeah. How do you tell it's a sweep? So, okay. So by sweep, I mean a sweep below or above a level of resistance or support. So, meaning, if people have their stop losses where the setup I was talking about. Oh, it was on the NASDAQ. Okay, let's take a look at the NASDAQ, all right? So this is what I mean by a sweep. So say a lot of people, so don't even look at these candles here. Don't look at these candles. We're zoomed in right here, okay? So this, you know, we had a big move to the upside, and then we had a big move to the downside. Cool. So now, if you're looking at the market and you're like, oh wow, the market bounced and they made another bounce, okay, I'm gonna go long with a stop loss. Cool. A lot of people do that. So this right here would be the low of this move where you would want to have a stop loss. And it started to hold for multiple candles afterward. So this low right here was 359.23. The next minute afterward, we had a low of 359.26. So that's higher. Afterward, it was even higher, right? And then again, it was still above. It was at 359.25. So these next few minutes, this low held, right? A sweep is when it breaks below that low, causing people to causing people's stop loss to get triggered. So you're getting a stop loss triggering sweep. So this, when this sweep occurs, that causes all of these sellers to basically, like, it messes up the like, it causes people to be more bullish, especially after a big rip to the upside afterward. So when they go for your stop losses, when they're trying to get you to have your stop losses hit, they want the opposite side of the direction of the market to occur. So basically that's what ended up happening. This is a very bearish setup. This never ever, like, this never breaks higher unless we get a sweep, and that's what ended up happening. So that's a similar situation that we were looking at on the SPY on the daily chart. So just quick take a look at that as well. Okay, so this is a similar situation. This is the SPY on daily chart, right? And you guys could see it, right? Okay, so this would basically be, you know, the high, right? We had a low here, we bounced, great, and then we came back here. This, so once again, this setup, we should almost never ever make a high unless we get a sweep. So instead of getting a sweep, we just completely sold off. So this again, you know, is a very bearish setup. We didn't get a sweep, and because we didn't get a sweep, this just became a really, really good shorting opportunity. And I was saying that anything, if we end up even breaking higher, that would be a good shorting opportunity, because we should not be breaking higher like this. So it was because of that sweep sort of action that we saw, and it just looks similar. And oftentimes, if you guys look at the markets a lot, right, you're gonna see daily setups start showing up in the 1 minute time frames or the shorter term time frames, because all the algorithms are basically the same. So the market makers are the same, the algorithms are the same. Like if you look at setups sometime and you see like, okay, there's a lot of bear flags these days on like the large tech stocks, like, wow, Amazon's in a bear flag, this is in a bear flag, blah, 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 lots of bear flags. You end up seeing bear flags on shorter term time frames as well. So just keep that in mind also. Okay. What did bro just say? Exuberant? I never heard of that. Yeah, exuberant. Exuberant is just excited. Like when you have like a lot of buying pressure. Exuberant. Steve. Sometimes I feel like he doesn't know what he's talking about. और कोई कमी नहीं है, Steve. Okay. Alright. Nice. Well, that helped, guys. Major resistance at 453.5. Yes. Nick, that is the best advice people don't receive enough. Gut health is very important. Helps make sharper decisions, include omega-3s and fibers. 100%. 100%. As soon as I started focusing more on my gut health and having like more probiotics and stuff, it like changed me as a person. Like I started getting fermented goat kefir, and I would drink like half a liter a day. And just, you don't need to do that obviously, but any sort of thing that you do for your gut health also, because the gut is like the second brain. Your emotions are regulated by your gut, which is crazy. And if we have terrible food all day, it affects everything. So very interesting stuff. But yeah, I'm just waiting for another setup. This still looks really bearish to me. Glutathione. Nice. 5 value 2. Nice. Yeah, Joel, I don't know of any that I would be comfortable um sharing with anyone. Kevin's son, that was a good short up there. Should have taken it. Honestly, every single time I sell for a profit, that just ends up being an amazing short. So if honestly, if we're in calls and I sell for a profit, or if I'm in shorts and I sell for a profit, it ends up doing great effort. Piotr, that's what I need to start doing. Eating better. I eat junk food all the time. Yeah. Our bodies aren't meant to do that. 3, which old days you do online? So, I try to go live every day. Try to live stream every morning from 9:30 a.m. to at least 10:30 or 11 a.m. Brian, good morning, man. Good morning. Sweep outside. No, the sweep didn't just happen. Sweep didn't just happen. A Rio Mike, you're a G. Thank you, man. Thank you. Treat it. Any plan with IWM calls? We're just gonna hold on to them. Hopefully, the IWM sees like 180, 181 in the next week or two, and the call should be fine. Let's see. Let's see. See how everything goes. I was foggy. Didn't know that was ONH. Here we are. I'm not sure what ONH means. Stay tuned. Captain, yep. When it hits those bands, it's a decent opportunity for small play for the reversal. Yeah, I never paid attention to personally. I never paid attention to the Bollinger Bands on a 1 minute as an indicator of when to enter or exit. But if that's working, that's amazing because I never really paid attention to that. So that's good. Glad it's working. Yeah, we're still in the IWM calls. Yo, good job, Dino. Good stuff, Dino. Good stuff. Bought puts at 433, close at 50%. One, nice. Killed it. Stuff. J Sharp spies out of the V band on the daily. Yep, 100%. That's one of the reasons why I was comfortable longing because that usually leads to a bounce. And I'm expecting we should see at least like 434, hopefully 434 today, which would be nice. Apple is pumping. Nice. Yep. So it looks like the money that was, oh, AMD is also pumping. Facebook is bull flagging. So the money that helped propel Facebook, Nvidia, the chips, and Amazon is going into Apple. And we need to see if this can start. Oh, Google is also getting some love as well. Tesla is still not. Ooh. How many trades are you in right now? Holding on to runners, GME calls, and IWM calls. Holding on to SPY runners, runner calls. Push. Apple needs a whole lot more love. Yep. Durgy on TOS at 4 p.m. yesterday. There was a sweep on the prior high. Sweeps only really work. Sweeps work better, and it's like much more succinct and works better when the sweeps happen intraday. Lodge, what's up? What's up, brother? But yeah, hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. Um, not not the most fun day so far, but the one trade that I will say that I missed was up here when I sold the longs. Obviously, I sold the longs because I saw a lack of strength. So should have entered into some shorts. That's about it. That was the only one. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. I hope you guys have a I don't know. You guys have a good weekend. I have to go. I have to drive like 3 hours soon. I hope you guys don't have to drive that far. If you do, I hope it's for a nice little vacation. Nice little trip. I'm trying to get my friends to go and have IHOP. I wanted to get IHOP randomly like a few days ago, and then last night. Hopefully this weekend we'll get some IHOP. Nice fun. 360. Yep. NASDAQ new high of day. NASDAQ new high of day. Jacko Goomba, yep. That would be devastating. That would be devastating if we end up closing below 430. Well, not entirely. So in my opinion, if we 427 to 430, it would be, I mean, let's just see how fast we get there first, because I don't want to give you guys a level and then we might hit 430 like next week. If we hit 430 next week, that won't be as good of an opportunity to buy as if we hit 430 today. You know, if we hit 430 today, if all of this reverses and we end up hitting 430 today, we might have to full no, I'm just kidding. But that would be a very, very better buy opportunity than if a 430 ends up happening in like a week, you know. So let's see how, like, the veracity of the moves and how quick they happen, or when they happen. Polar bear flags on a 1 minute chart usually play out or not? Yes. Yep. But on the 1 minute chart, you have to contextualize it with the larger term time frames as well. So yeah, that's the fun part. You just have to contextualize it. SPY and you have day. We need more British Hamid. Little AR-15, no volume. Yeah. Nope. Sounds sarcastic. It's short. I'm gonna go meet family. It's trading your full-time job, yes. Dean just drove 14 hours, still recovering. Damn. Wow. That's crazy. 14 hours. I was stopping. Get this man smile. I have fire. Pancakes are like, no, not honestly. All my friends hate it. It's just like, not all of them, but they're just like, yo, like the food sucks. I'm just, you know, simple guy. I'm a very simple guy. They have like high quality palettes. I'm just like, guys, come on. Go to IHOP, get a nice omelet, some pancakes, nice coffee. That's it. When are you dropping the course? Yeah, so the course is gonna be free. So it's not like I'm gonna be charging for it. It's gonna be free. I'm gonna post it on YouTube. And hopefully that should I'm like that should be around the corner, honestly. Like I finished basically everything. Now it's just a matter of me like just literally recording it. So what I'm gonna do in the course is I'm also going to like open up a fresh thinkorswim like layout, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how basically my thinkorswim chart looks. Now is a good time to short. Let's see. Now would be generally a good time to start shorting. If this breaks up higher, that would be crazy buying pressure. But regardless, we should see 434 today. I would be very shocked if we don't see 434. What is the level where the bull? Yeah, I would just be very, very shocked if we don't see 434. The NASDAQ stocks that needed to bounce are bouncing. This was initially led by the chips. AMD and Nvidia got their act together. Facebook started to bounce even harder. Apple is also bouncing freaking crazy. God, Apple is skyrocketing. Holy crap. Apple is skyrocketing. Oof. Beautiful. Damn. Yeah. So. What would invalidate your bearishness if we get to a certain? Would you be bullish? No. So right now on the daily chart, the momentum, the setup, everything is bearish. But we should be getting a small bounce to 434, 435, where people would reshort. But overall, I'm still bearish. Like even if we would need to break above, like we would need to break back above 450, basically. But this is for me to be bullish. But this is all just any bounce. This is all just very bearish price action. NASDAQ's at major resistance here at 361.32. Oh man, this is starting to look like a freaking amazing short, man, on the NASDAQ. Shoot. For like a crack down to 360.70. Dino. Nice. Where's your Discord info? I don't see it. So the Discord, the link would be in my YouTube video bios. And also you could also get into the Discord when you download the app. So the Discord is free. If you just go to joinwave.io, you download this app, and then in the profile section of the app, there's join Discord. So then you could join the Discord through there. Globex high on ES. Jack high. Should be short. The NASDAQ should short as it bounced back up. Yeah, this is a very bearish setup. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. The NASDAQ needs to hold 360.64. Obviously, this was such a easy short, man. This was such an easy short on the NASDAQ. Yeah, just unfortunate. But yeah, I hope you guys took it. That was just so dumb. I should have taken it. But it is what it is. I wanted to go heavy. That's the thing. I wanted to go heavy as we got that retest at 1039, but it is what it is. I'm sure you guys took it and you guys made money on it. So that's good. So overall, so my thought process remains. So on the SPY, we need to hold basically 432.90. If we can hold 432.90, we can easily come back, retest 433.75, 434. And then at that point, that's when it would be very, very, very difficult to be long. And at those levels, 433.75, 434 area, especially 434.50, that's when people are going to take profits on their longs and start to short. So just be careful. And especially now today, if we fall, if later on in the day, guys, we end up falling to, this needs to happen quick though. But if we fall closer to 430 to 431, that becomes a much better long opportunity, right? Down here, better to long. Up here, better to short. Okay, so just think about it that way. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. And yeah, man. Cool. Let them up if you were long 922 calls at 434 strike. Yeah. Basically. Cool. All right, guys. That being said, hope you guys have a wonderful, amazing, spectacular, laugh-filled weekend. Get a lot done. Have an amazing day, weekend with your family and your friends. Yeah, man. Take care. Love you guys. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Take care, everyone. See you guys over the weekend. Take care, guys. Love you guys. Have a good one.